I've just got back from Math Pickle's first tour to San Francisco in the Bay Area, where I met an educator who was using Math Pickle puzzles, but only for the top echelon of her students. That made me cringe. The whole reason that I developed these puzzles is to help educators with their number one problem, and that is how to engage the full spectrum of student ability. How do you engage this bottom group without boring the top group? How do you engage this top group without losing the bottom group? The way that I solve that, and it's not the only way, is to give those curricular problems that are really tough and yet are easy to understand. So the bottom group, you can engage in curricular skill acquisition, while the top group, you're continually deflecting them into problem solving. Problem solving is never a waste of time. It's the number one reason that we teach mathematics in the first place, is to get students to think. Now, there's going to be many of you who are going to be pressured, probably by parents, who want their gifted children to be accelerated through the curriculum. That's an alternative model of how to deal with this classroom, this wide spectrum that you have in the classroom, is just to accelerate these students. It's the wrong idea. Except if you're dealing with real geniuses, which for the most part we aren't. We're just dealing with gifted kids. How do you deal with those gifted kids? Well, the idea that you accelerate them through the curriculum is wrong. You do not want a child going from success to success to success to success without experiencing failure, then hitting university and experiencing failure for the first time. No, you want to have those gifted students repeatedly experiencing extremely tough problems and experiencing failure, getting up, dusting themselves off, and trying again. This is a model for life success, rather than postponing the inevitable failures in life until they reach university, and then expecting them to figure out from that point on this major life lesson. Not a recipe for success. The second reason that I really like giving kids, giving the full class these problems that are really, really hard, is that sometimes we as educators find it very difficult to correctly assess who is gifted. On more than one occasion, I've had a child that's been allocated to a middle or lower group who perhaps was just bored stiff with math class, turned the light switch off, not engaging, but whenever you give them an extremely tough problem that was worthy of their intellect, that light switch gets turned on and they open up and they are there. So that's the second reason that you want to give these really tough problems to the whole class, is because you might have missed a truly gifted student. The last reason that we want to give these problems to the whole class, as opposed to letting those top kids drift off, is that if you allow those top kids to drift off through the curriculum, going forward at their own pace, well, this just exacerbates the problem. The class gets more and more divergent, and it becomes a more and more difficult class to teach in subsequent years. Compare that to if you keep the kids focused curricularly, you make them narrower and narrower. Now these kids are going to be problem solving, so they're going to be engaged, but you keep them curricularly where you want them. Well, you pass that class on to the next teacher, they are going to thank you for it. The teacher in San Francisco was a fantastic teacher, and so this was just, it was eye-opening for me and eye-opening for her, that I was just going, oh my goodness, please don't do this. So it was really good for both of us. Enjoy Math Pickle puzzles and please use them with the entire class.